Welcome back to the Hamstring Rehab series. We're going to cover Phase 2 in this video, and I'll link Phase 1 below in case you missed it. In this phase, we are going to gradually return to full range of motion and begin eccentric strengthening, trunk stabilization, and return to running. As we covered in Part 1, it's important to include both hip and knee dominant exercises to target different parts of the hamstring muscles. We are still going to avoid heavy and quick movements at end range, but we will start loading and lengthening the hamstrings quite a bit more now. All right, the first exercise is bridge walkouts. We're going to start with 3 sets of 6 and gradually increase reps. You can also do a similar exercise with furniture sliders or socks on hardwood floors. Next up, we have elevated bridges. Elevating the feet is going to load the hamstrings more than a flat bridge. I like to start out with isometrics again and then gradually work up to higher reps, like 3 sets of 15. Now we can also start working on hamstring curls. You can use bands or a machine if you have one. We're also going to increase hip extension loading, starting with the Roman chair extension. Next up, we have RDLs. You can start adding some weight with these. And then single leg RDLs, working back to full range of motion. You can also begin any other resisted hip extension exercises at this point. And finally, we're going to do some neural mobilization to help with range of motion. All right, now that we've covered the exercises, let's go over the return to running. This study by Hickey in 2022 describes a 3-stage return to running program following hamstring strains. We will complete the first stage in this phase. For the first stage, we'll start with a slow jog for 20 meters, then increase speed to about 50% of maximum velocity for 60 meters, and finish with a slow jog again. If you have a field, you can just do a slow jog to the 18, then run at 50% to the opposite 18, then slow jog again to the end line. Dribbling and kicking can also begin in this phase. In order to progress to Phase 3, we want to see that you're able to perform bridge walkouts for at least 3 sets of 10, that you're able to do 3 sets of 10 single leg RDLs without pain, and that you can jog forwards and backwards at 50% speed pain-free. Once you can meet each of these criteria, we will transition to Phase 3, where we will work to get the hamstrings as strong as possible and return to sprinting.